So I recently got asked, what does it mean when we are moving from an analog to digital system? So analog is the old way we used to send information. It's basically just a signal, which is just a wave, and we're able to send a certain amount of information in that wave from one point to another. Digital, on the other hand, is a different way of sending that information. So it just means you're digitizing it. So you're taking the analog wave and you're basically chopping it up into pieces, and then you're taking those pieces and you turn them into ones and zeros. So each piece is into a ones and zero, effectively. So the best example I can give is televisions. So in the olden days, probably like 2000, not too far off, we used to use these funny looking aerials, and those aerials would connect to our televisions, and you would get this hazy view. You'd be able to see the pixels on the TV. Essentially, you get the uh, hazy screen. So those used to be able to see SABC 1, SABC 2, SABC 3, and ETV, because those were free channels to air. Nowadays, instead of using those aerials, we use dishes, and those dishes point towards satellites up in space. So those dishes are digital satellite television, hence DSTV. And we're able to then send more information using digital signals than we'd use analog signals. And it's more efficient. So comparison, analog, you send about 1 to 2 bits per signal, and digital you can send 5 to 6 bits per signal. So you can actually send more information. Hence how we are able to get HD, full HD, ultra high definition, and we're probably going to carry on going up. Hence you get a more clearer picture of the screen. So here in this picture that I have, the top is the analog signal and the bottom is the digital signal. So this is what it looks like. So they're fairly similar, just different representations of sending information. And analog, not as efficient, digital, very efficient. And there are different ways to do the digital modulation of the signal. Yeah, that's what we call it, modulation. In the next image that you are seeing, we have, so these are the different ways of doing analog signals. So we have first the analog signal at the top. In the middle, we have AM. So this is amplitude modulation. So you're changing the height of the analog signal. And then at the bottom, you have FM, which is frequency modulation, and you're changing the number of signals you can send per second. Hence why we have megahertz, which means you can only send 10 to the 6 signals per second, and we have gigahertz, which is 10 to the 9. So you can send more information at higher hertz. We have gigahertz and terahertz. So you're able to send more information. Hence how you get the full HD. So analog signals is not as efficient as I said before, and that is why the world has moved from analog to digital. Well, South Africa is still getting there. We're a bit behind, but once we get there, it'll be good. And we also want to clear up the frequencies, the analog frequencies. We want to clear them up to use for other things and move everyone to a much higher frequency for more efficient systems of sending information.